It's not all about candy at Easter. Hopefully you'll be able to enjoy a nice meal with your family too. Private Chef Ken Hall has some great ideas that are easy on the budget and easy to prepare. Ken, looking forward to what you've got this time.
Well, we have a frittata or a tortilla. They call it a tortilla. This actually is Spanish street food. They have vendor carts out on the streets, and they use fresh asparagus or mushrooms or something like that, and then they pour the eggs in, and the way that they pull up the egg and let it go underneath kind of forms almost like a tortilla, so they call them a tortilla cart. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing using asparagus, fresh asparagus, and mushrooms.
All right.
So what we've got is we've got our saute pan, and we pre-warm our saute pan so that when we put the oil in, it starts to shimmer right away. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our mushrooms in. And I've got 3 creminis or baby portobellas. And I put those in, and when you first put them in, you let them sit for a minute because you want that nice toasty kind of aroma and flavor. You want to brown the mushrooms a little bit. So we let those cook just for a second. And we toss them around a little bit, let them go. Then what I've got is I've got some fresh asparagus spears that I went ahead and chopped up into small little pieces, and we're going to throw these in. And we're going to let these cook together for about 30 seconds or so, kind of bring those flavors together. And then we're going to hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. And that fresh cracked black pepper on the asparagus is just a really nice combination. But now before we add the eggs, the trick is you want to lower your heat a little bit so that your pan starts to cool off, because the trick is you don't want your eggs to get too brown. So we're going to let this kind of cool down just a little bit. So I'm going to stir, let some of the residual heat off. And then I'm going to put just a little more oil in before I put the eggs in, so that there is a barrier so that they don't stick. And then I'm going to pull it off the fire. And in here what I've got is I've got just 3 eggs, and I just beat them with a fork and a little bit of salt and pepper, and we're going to pour these in. Then we'll go ahead and put this back over the stove, and you just want to keep moving it a little bits at a time. And you can see where it kind of forms almost like a tortilla. And you just pull it from the edges this way, and just let the extra kind of run down underneath.
That's looking so delicious.
Just kind of tilt. Well, thank you. We tilt it just a little bit. And then what you can do is you can either flip it if you feel brave, or you can throw it in the oven and bake it. I think we're going to go ahead and flip.
Bravo!
Well, thank you. So we're going to take it like this. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese on the top. In the oven, I've got some good whole grain toast. And then what we're going to do is we're going to serve it with a little salad, some whole grain toast. And this, usually you'll cut a wedge or a square. And then this is just a super nice, light, lovely lunch. And something that the kids will eat, something that you can eat. Great way to use the spring asparagus that's getting ready to come up, and a great use of eggs. Again, a very inexpensive meal. All you've got is the cost of a couple of mushrooms, a couple pieces of asparagus, and 3 eggs, a little toast. So you've got yourself a very inexpensive and healthy meal.
Yeah, I've liked how we've seen, you know, you can really take eggs a long way. I mean, so far you've made 3 different things just with eggs. They all look so delicious, too.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I learned a few tips on how to make better omelets and stuff now. You just got to take it off the heat.
Well, yeah, the trick with it is you just got to have your pan lower heat so that you don't brown your eggs too quickly.
Yeah, some great tips. Thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you. Look forward to next hour.
Us too.